We're a few weeks into the new year. How are those goals and resolutions coming? Research has shown, by the way, that people start abandoning their goals about the third week in January, right about now. Now, the top two reasons why: lack of motivation and being too busy, right? I don't have enough time is the excuse people make in terms of not being able to accomplish their goals. I definitely understand this. I have been on that cycle where you get really, really excited about the new year and new goals, and then a few weeks in, you start lacking consistency, and then you fast forward to the end of the year and you realize you didn't accomplish nearly hardly anything you wanted to accomplish for that year. Then this past year, I decided to tweak my approach. I decided to change my mindset when it came to setting goals. And you know what? My goals, the accomplishment of them, it dramatically went up. In fact, in one category, when it comes to reading, I went from reading 13 books in 2018 to nearly doubling it to 25 books in 2019. So over the next few sessions, what I want to do is I just want to share with you my approach to goals. And my hope is if you haven't started making goals, this is a great time to start, and these tips will help you out. And if you've already started to break some of those resolutions, then maybe some of these tips will help you get back on track. Now, the first shift in our mindset that we have to make is that we have to see our goals in a holistic view, opposed to seeing them as individual tasks. Because what happens is, for most of us, we set too many goals. We don't have enough time to be able to accomplish all of them. So the first thing we need to do is that we need to see all of our goals by using what I like to call the 8 priorities as a template or an outline, okay? Here are the 8 priorities that for most of us are really, really key in our life. They are spiritual, spouse, if you're married, ourself, family, friends, professional, finances, and our hobbies. Those are about the 8 key priorities that most of us have. Here's what I really like about this. Think about this for a second. If I set one goal in each of those 8 priorities, which is really good, then I have 8 goals I have to accomplish in a year. That's doable. If I set 2 goals in each of those categories, then I have 16 to accomplish. A little bit tougher, but I think I can do it. But if I set 3 goals in each of those categories, that's 24 total goals that I have to accomplish, which means I probably won't be accomplishing too many of those, right? So here's the shift that we have to make. We have to start prioritizing our goals, because not every goal is weighted the same, right? We have some goals that are really, really high priority, and we have other goals that, to be honest with you, it doesn't really matter if we accomplish them. So here's what I encourage you to do. Set one goal in each of those 8 priorities. But then what I want you to do is that I want you to choose 2 or 3 that you say, I have to make an A in this goal. I have to be consistent, but you can only pick 2 or 3, right? Then have a second tier where you go, you know what? These are what we call B goals, right? I don't have to make an A in them, but I want to be somewhat consistent. And then you can have the rest of your goals be kind of C goals, right? Where you go, you know what? They're not the highest priority. If I'm averaging them, or even if I make an F, if I don't accomplish them, it's not that big of a deal. You have to know what you have to make A's in. Now, the second shift in our mindset that we have to make is when it comes to the deadline or how timely our goals are, right? You talk to anybody, they say your goals have to be time sensitive. But the problem is that for most of us, when it comes to personal goals, our time or our deadline, it's the whole year, right? I have 365 days, 52 weeks, 12 months. The problem, it's too long. That long of a time frame, it promotes procrastination. It actually is demotivating. You might have heard of Parkinson's law before. It basically says that objects and things, they expand to the amount of space or time that we give it. So, as an example, if you tell yourself you're going to write a paper in 3 hours, it will take you 3 hours to write a paper. However, if you give yourself a 2-hour time limit, you'll probably write it in 2 hours instead of 3 hours. So here's the magic, if you will, or the key or the power when it comes to that. Instead of setting a year to accomplish your goals, what if we took a page out of the business world and we thought about our year in quarters or even in semesters, right? Every 4 months. and you broke your goals down into this is what I need to accomplish in these next 3 months, it will actually create a sense of urgency because you actually don't have that much time, right, to get that goal done. And it will motivate you to accomplish it. And over the year, if you break up your year into 4 quarters, you can actually accomplish more goals than if you set a whole year time frame. The other thing I really like about the quarters, it just breaks things up. So for me, when it comes to my workout plan, I use a semester system. I have a workout for the spring, and then I have a workout for the summer, and then I have a workout for the fall. And what's great is it changes up every 4 months so things don't become so repetitious, right? Or even boring, if you will. So here's today's game plan. I want you to list off the 8 priorities. I'll give them to you again. All right. Spiritual, spouse, self, family, friends, professional, finances, hobbies. And in each of those 8 categories, I just want you to write one goal that you want to accomplish, but I want you to write your goal in terms of what do you need to accomplish in the next 3 months. So, right, think quarterly system. Okay. Well, let me leave you with our tweetable lesson. Things which matter most must never be at the mercy of things which matter least.